Oh, okay. So now we've wasted time putting the stones of finitude into the rune sockets of finitude. So what's next? Move the rune sockets somewhere and use them to form the stone circle of finitude.
Talia could hardly wait to embark on the ritual and infuse the stones with power. But in fact, just saying the secret magic word Xylopylo was enough to start the ritual.
Yeah, sure. I say Xylopylo, and then you'll say something stupid, like in that previous mission, the Ascent, with the flabery dicks or whatever it was.
And so Talia set the ritual in motion.
Hey, wait a minute, what the hell? I'm not even prepared yet. My dungeon from the previous map suddenly disappeared. I'm starting from scratch here.
Talia was not yet fully aware of the consequences of the ritual. She probably thought she would be charging the gauntlet of finitude, but in fact, the genius evil was following a different plan.
I beg your pardon? Why am I only being told this now? And this genius evil you're talking about, that little rugrat over there fervently stuffing a booger in his mouth.
If you wouldn't keep interrupting me, these long intro sequences would be much shorter. Look, it's quite simple. Take good care of the stones so they don't get broken. Unfortunately, someone has also informed the dwarf Green Brynhild that you are here and she is now on her way to you.
Probably one of those blabbermouth developers for suspense and stuff. Forward, creatures! Make ready! Build traps and runes and bring me more sharpened spears for my meeting with those damn developers later.
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
Time to pay a little visit to the underground, lads. Chase off those critters down there.
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oi, come lads! Let's see some action down there in the dungeon. Smash that little dungeon crystal thingy or one of the rune sockets. Or at least destroy a few rooms.
Your army has just decreased in size due to death. Your enemies are in the dungeon. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. One of your creatures has died.
payday.
I'm gonna make a xylophone out of those scrawny little dark elf legs.
The dungeon-digging evil had discovered an artifact. Your enemies are in the dungeon. The bonus-grabbing evil had stored an artifact in order to unleash its powers. Your army has just decreased in size due to death. The multi-billionaire Melon Woofit Bates had decided to distribute his savings amongst the poorest in the country. One of these shipments just happened to be passing by very close to the dungeon.
Time to smash a few room sockets. Off you go. Take care of it, lads.
It's payday.
Enemies are in the dungeon. Your army has just decreased in size due to death. A group of heroes have gotten lost on the way to their intended quest. Rubbing them out would definitely generate some evilness. You have lost a creature forever.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Pick some of those rune sockets to bits, and don't let that creature trash stop you.
Ding dong! It's payday!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
You're going to regret this. The goddess will punish you if I don't get my hands on you first.
The goddess isn't going to be punishing anyone anymore. She's pushing up daisies now.
Of the dungeon has been discovered. One of your creatures has bit the dust. princess's pumpkin carriage whizzed by. Good, it didn't look like a pumpkin after the long trip, but there was still some wonderful evilness to be earned there. An artifact was discovered in the dungeon. An artifact had been stored and was now manifesting its powers.
Brendel, obviously you are unable to take care of the problem. I'll be with you soon, but until then, my subordinates are only too happy to take care of you. Forward, man, for the light!
Strengthened or intimidated by Tanos's words, the heroes stormed into the dungeon. They seemed to have actually received a blessing, which would at least explain the strange shimmering.
Doped or not, we're gonna wipe the floor with that handful of heroes. Forward, creatures! Hack those weapons, sharpen those traps, and polish your opponents!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Your army has just decreased in size due to death. A non-musical ice cream truck was trying to sell its disgusting creamy treats near your location. The fiery evil would melt those children's ice cream dreams. Your army has just decreased in size due to death. Protect the rune sockets. A stone of finitude is under attack.
It's payday.
One of your creatures has died.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Talia, your day despair not, my faithful. The goddess watches over you. Forward! Destroy the rune sockets!
Your enemies are in the dungeon. A few lone heroes trudge somewhat unmotivated through the countryside. The evilness generating evil would be only too happy to intercept these unfortunate individuals. along. It's payday.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Forward, my faithful! Destroy the rune sockets! The goddess sends you a blessing!
Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
A construction crew was on its way to repair and rebuild the destroyed hero structures.
Your enemies are in the dungeon. There are enemies in your dungeon.
A new era.
Oi! What the hell kind of ape show is this, damn it? Looks like it's time I took matters into my own hands and give this filth a good thrashing. Into the underground and chop up the crystal thingy.
With these well-honed words, Brynhild, the Dwarf Queen, set off for the dungeon. One of your creatures has died. The Dwarf Queen, Brynhild, entered the dungeon. This might even actually prove to be a little exciting.
Oh, what's that stink down here? Time to clear this place out and take out the trash.
Oh, don't worry, I'll just cut off your nose so you don't have to smell anything. And of course, by that, I mean that my creatures will take care of it. Go ahead, grab her, slap her on the schnoz, and rub fiery chili powder on her mucous membranes.
Oi! You scratched me there!
One of the wound sockets is under attack.
Tell you, fine creature, you dare attack Brynhild? Not today, not this time, not again!
A portal opened in front of Brynhild, the Dwarf Queen, and transported her to safety.
What? No way! Treachery! I was just getting ready to give that dwarf the nose job I promised her earlier. Oh, you'll pay for this, Thanos.
Not this time, Tell. Instead, a few of my faithful are going to visit your dungeon. Prepare yourself for the wrath of the light!
With an unpleasant plop, a couple of freshly rested heroes suddenly appeared in the dungeon.
I hate stupid game mechanics like this. That's cheating. But anyway, I'm gonna wipe the floor with them. Okay, creatures, finish them off. Flatten them. Cut off their support socks. Ha 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 ha!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
The multi-billionaire Melon Woofit Bates had decided to distribute his savings amongst the poorest in the country. One of these shipments just happened to be passing by very close to the dungeon. You have lost a creature forever. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. One of your creatures has died. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
open your golden portals and deploy your valiant warriors against these abominations.
Payday. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. A stone of finitude is under attack. One of your creatures has died.
Defend the dungeon hut.
Protect the rune sockets.
Talia, you despicable scum! I curse the day I took you in with me instead of drowning you in a well!
Your enemies are in the dungeon. Ding dong, it's payday. You have lost a creature forever. A group of careless heroes marched listlessly through the countryside. Intercepting them would yield a fair amount of evilness.
Heroes of light, emerge from the goddess's golden portals and destroy our enemies!
Gong! It's payday!
Heroes are helping themselves to your treasury.
Talia and the planning evil had completed the ritual.
Finally! Finally! Man, that crap took forever. And why the hell did we perform that stupid ritual?
Well, first off, the ritual site still needs to be cleaned, but we'll get onto that in part 3 of this mission.
Part 3? Are you freaking serious?
Just kidding, the ritual is over.
Wow, you're really dancing on a volcano. You know that? My sense of humor has now left the building. Okay, but what has this ritual brought us?
The witty evil's plan had come to full fruition. A huge, powerful field of energy arose between the rune sockets. A powerful weapon, capable of destroying even a being charged by the stones of finitude, such as the mutated Thanos.
Oh, I get it now. So we've set up a giant energy trap for Thanos, and now all we have to do is shove him into it. Huh, not a bad plan at all. Better than what I would have expected from those kitsch scribblers. Okay then, off to the final battle! That spear for Thanos' head is still frightfully lonely.
Talia, you vile creature, I will tear you and your wretched master to pieces!
In the meantime, Thanos had arrived on the battlefield and immediately pounced on Gorgu, who had once again transformed into the Dungeon Lord.
Excellent! Then Thanos is exactly where we want him to be. Now we just have to push him into the energy field. Although, I wonder what that back there is.
The magic of the rune sockets of finitude was treacherous. These had created not one, but 2 energy fields.
Okay, I get the picture. Either we slowly push Thanos into the energy field and we win, or he pushes Gorgu into the energy field and we have a problem.
Well done. I see after 2 games and numerous DLCs, you're getting the hang of it.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's all so repetitive. We support Gorgu with troops near him so that he can push Thanos back. And it works the same way in with us. Forward, creatures! Support Gorgu in his fight against evil masquerading as good. Crush Thanos' supporters and push Thanos back to hell where he belongs. do something, you dopey giant baby!
Despair not, sister. I have come here to stop Thanos and clean up the mess I have made.
Tristan? You? Here? Didn't I see you die earlier?
Sister, you must have noticed by now that you have to make a real effort to make sure that the members of this family are really dead. How many times you alone have died in the course of this campaign? Anyway, I need to get some rest. This whole scenario with evil fighting against evil is still very stressful.
Ha! You think that was it? Evil will never triumph, at least not again. Forward, all ye faithful, to me! I listened and now I know what to do. Shove that abomination into the energy field.
Damn, I should have kept my mouth shut. Oh, come on, creatures! Support Gorgu! Beat up heroes! Bring us victory!
And thus began the final battle. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Ding dong, it's payday. You have discovered a number of lava lumps. Your little snots have dug up a spider. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. And again, Tristan was ready to support Gorgu and Talia. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh. You have discovered a number of lava lumps. Ding dong! It's payday! A new area of the dungeon has been discovered.
Dead, comrades! The source of these vile monsters' power lies in the underground. Descend into these depths and destroy the dungeon heart!
Your little snots have dug into a spider nest.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
An artifact was discovered in the dungeon. The bonus-grabbing evil had stored an artifact in order to unleash its powers.
Men, I need your support! Aid me in the fight against this vile monstrosity!
Your little snots have roused some lava lumps. Payday! Heroes slowly but surely push Gorgu into the abyss. One of your creatures has bit the dust.
No!
Heroes reach Tanos. Together they slowly but surely beat Gorgu back.
Father! Don't you see all the deaths you have caused here? Is that really the good you are fighting for?
This is your doing. I am the sword of vengeance, but the war is yours and Talia's doing. Without you, the light would reign, and a teeny tiny little inquisition to weed out the not so zealous believers.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
This must end. I call the holy warriors. Hear the plea of one of your own. Support me in the righteous campaign of light against these heathens!
Amazingly, somewhere out there seemed to be a power that stood by Tanos. For suddenly, numerous portals opened from which mystical heroes of days gone by poured forth.
Great. Now all of a sudden, there are divine portals that spit out heroes. What's next? Dinosaurs with laser guns?
You should be careful about saying something like that. There's nothing those developers won't do when they're drunk. And looking at the script, they're probably always drunk. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. You've dug into a spider room. Your army has just decreased in size due to deaths.
It's payday.
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. You have lost a creature forever. Heroes were on their way to support Tanos in his duel. One of your creatures has died. Heroes slowly but surely push Gorgu into the abyss. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. Your army has just decreased in size due to death.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
Tristan had recuperated and was once again able to assist Talia. One of your creatures has died. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. One of your creatures has died. Your army has just decreased in size due to death. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. The negligent evil had once again let Talia die. Several heroes tried to break through to Thanos to support him. You have lost a creature forever.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
Grogu urgently needed support against Thanos and his followers. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
This battle wears on both mind and body. I must rest and meditate.
Ding dong! It's payday!
This suffering! Is there really no other way?
You mean negotiating? Diplomacy? Dialogue?
No! Never! Ha 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 ha!
You're...
Is all this destruction really necessary? Is there no other way to resolve this conflict?
You have chosen the side you wish to be on, son. Now reap what you have sown. This is the true evil that knows only destruction and annihilation. I, on the other hand, want to prepare room for something new with cleansing fire.
And again, Tristan was ready to support Gorgu and Talia. Heroes were on their way to support Tanos in his duel. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. Heroes reach Tanos. Together they slowly but surely beat Gorgu back.
Still battered and need to rest. I'll be back soon.
You have lost a creature forever.
Talia, you're not going to win. My underground allies will crush you.
Indeed, there were a few scattered dwarves in the underground who were willing to fight for Tanos. Fiercely determined, they set about attacking the dungeon. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Payday. Tristan had recuperated and was once again able to assist Talia. You've dug into a spider room. Fanatical heroes set out to assist Thanos in battle. Dwarves are building new rooms underground. Heroes slowly but surely push Gorgu into the abyss.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
There can only be one, and you, Father, are not that one. Feels wrong to march against my peers, even if they are blinded by hatred. I need to take a rest.
You have lost a creature forever. Ding dong! It's payday! One of your creatures has bit the dust. Oh. Enemies have entered the dungeon. One of your creatures has bit the dust. Your portal is under attack. Your demonic portal is under attack. Your army has just decreased in size due to death. Tristan was ready to enter the battle once again. Your demonic portal is under attack. Heroes were on their way to support Thanos in his duel. Your demonic portal is under attack. One of your creatures has died.
It's payday.
Heroes reach Thanos. Together they slowly but surely beat Gorgu back. Gorgu urgently needed support against Thanos and his followers. Your enemies are in the dungeon. One of your creatures has died. Your army has just decreased in size due to death.
All these dead! There must be another way!
This is your fault, son. You have turned to evil. I will wipe out all your supporters, as well as your vile sister and her monster.
I want Tanos dead, but saying it's your fault, Tristan, is not entirely wrong there.
One of your creatures has bit the dust. Ding dong! It's payday! Fanatical heroes set out to assist Tanos in battle.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Heroes reach Tanos. Together they slowly but surely beat Gorgu back. Your army has just decreased in size due to deaths.
Into battle! Let us stop the evil that I created!
Dwarves are building new rooms underground.
This battle wears on both mind and body. I must rest and meditate.
Tanos was successfully driven back before Gorgu could be thrust into the abyss. Ding dong, it's payday.
Forward, faithful of the light. The portals are open.
Are we still doing that stupid portal number? As if I don't have anything better to do, like win a freaking final battle, for example.
The more desperate Tanos became, the more options seemed to present themselves to him. The portals would make it significantly more difficult to move forward. One of your creatures has died.
portals are open. Forward, allies of the light. We dare not lose the battle.
You betcha. This game has already taken way too long. Time for you to meet your maker, Thanos.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Your portal is under attack. One of your creatures has died. Heroes were on their way to support Thanos in his duel. Tristan had recuperated and was once again able to assist Talia. Thanos was pushed further and further back. His end was near. Your army has just decreased in size due to death. Your demonic portal is under attack.
Comrades, faithful, once again, I need your help. Stand with me to help the light attain victory.
I cannot support you in your deeds.
One of your creatures has bit the dust. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay.
Feels wrong to march against my peers, even if they are blinded by hatred. I need to take a rest.
No, this cannot be. I cannot be defeated. Well, not again.
With these illustrious words, Tanos bid farewell once and for all. Unnatural forces, impossible to depict with our budget, wafted around. The air shimmered with energy and the smell of molten iron and burnt pizza. Wait! My pizza! I'll be right back! So sorry, I hope that didn't affect the finale in any way. Now, where were we? Wafting powers, shimmering air, disgusting taste. Oh, here. With their combined forces, Dungeon Lord Gorgu, Talia, and Tristan were able to push the mutated Tanos back. Onward, ever onward, in the direction of the rune sockets of finitude. The mutated Tanos fought for every inch of ground he lost. As he finally stood with his back to the rune sockets of finitude, he sputtered with the last of his strength.
Evil is going to triumph over gods again. This is madness.
This is
Dungeon!
Talia shouted at him and sent him into the void with a spartacular kick. When the magic fog cleared, Tanos was no more. On the one hand, Talia was saddened, having grown accustomed to putting enemies' heads on spears. But still, Talia's joy was so great that she even danced with a nasty little snot and twirled it around. Was this the end? Well, hardly, as there were still some loose ends. What became of Tristan, who seemed to disappear after Tanos' defeat? Would he raise another army of good? What was Brynhild, the dwarf queen, planning? Had she created a doomsday machine? Or even found some rare nithril in the underground, capable of curing the elf's strange disease? Maybe that was something she should discuss with her good friend, Hellburnt. And was the Council of Little Snots really just a cheap reference to a council of lightsaber wielders? Or was there more to those deceptive fellows? Had they helped the absolute evil out of loyalty or the goodness of their hearts? But all these questions were for another day or installment of the series. Now, it was time to celebrate.